Sorry for the delay, guys. I thought I already started the stream, but it's not started. No problem. So, can anyone quickly confirm? Am I audible or not? Okay, fine. Welcome all of you on this 20 session of our AWS System Admin Training. Till now, we have covered a lot of concepts regarding operating system, AWS cloud, and how we can integrate with the Python to the AWS cloud. Also, uh, in the operating system, what are the things we have, how we can like configure a server, other than how we can integrate the cloud services with our server. Just give me- So, if I talk about there we are using. So from the first day, I am talking about the OS, why we need the OS, and what the. So basically, we need the OS because we want to run any program. But as our industry is going, and you don't want to rely on the server. So there are many use cases. We don't want to pay for the servers. We don't want my server is running for the 24 hours because we don't need it. So it's like we want the servers when we want. When we want to run the program, then only we need the server. So that means we don't have to manage the servers. We don't have to manage our servers, and we can use the computation and the storage capability of the server. So there are multiple use cases about that. But as the traditional way, what we have doing, we are first setting one server. Inside the server, we are installing one program and we are executing it. So this is the way which we are we are executing it. But this is not the way how we have to use it. Like in the like if you have any program which you want to run always, or you are running for much time, then it's good. But what happened, we don't have that server. We just want to run for some time, or like when any request happens, then only we want to run that program. So for that, we have one concept called the serverless. So this is the topic for the today's session. What is serverless and how we can differentiate it? So basically, serverless it doesn't mean like many guys are talking about serverless. We don't have the server. It doesn't. Without the server, without the computation power, you can't execute any other program. So serverless means you don't have to manage the server by your own. So it's like someone uh, from your service provider will give you the server to run your application. So when you want, you can run there. So what the guys are doing, they are taking your program, and once their program in like their store, then once you tell them run it, they will run it for you. So you don't have to manage all those things. So, but here is one challenge: how they can run. Because if you are running any program, the program needs a configuration. We call it a config. So you have to give your config. Like for just example, if you are running an one Python application, on some version. So for running Python application, you need the Python interpreter. So you can execute your program. So for that, and also you need some computation memory, how much you want, and so mm, for that, which method you can. So what we are doing, we are giving one template kind of thing to our service provider. There we are mentioning we need the runtime. Runtime is like which is runtime is to Python. We need the our memory is our for example 1024 megabytes megabits. So this how you can give, and with this you can okay. So the for the serverless you can't achieve it like you can't say you can't achieve it, but it's a because if you are running in your on-prem, so it's nothing the serverless because you are managing your server by your own. So serverless thing is like once any service provider is giving the server to you and you don't have to manage those servers, we call it as a serverless. So for that you are any service. So right now our service provider is the service provider is AWS. So in the AWS also we have a lot of services which provide the serverless capability. If I show you here AWS, so so they are giving a lot of services. things. I think not this one, the correct page. This one, yeah. So this is the server. Like we can build our application without and run application without thinking about server. So it's like they are managing the servers by their own. And also, if you want to read about this, how they are giving to you, you can use this thing. What you have, like, it's like we can take the step with this. They're giving multiple. So serverless services, if you there are multiple services. So if you talk about the compute services, there are two services. First is Lambda, and second one is Fargate. So Fargate is like if you guys know about the Kubernetes or Docker. So they are giving the that container engine, container compute engine. So you don't have to create the container. You can just run our program, your program. So they will manage their server for you. And this is AWS Lambda. I will talk about this in some time. Also, I will show this demo. Also, you have for application integration, yeah, Amazon event in Bridge. So when any event happen, you can do some operations, SQS and SNS. There are the notification service queues, like if you know about the RabbitMQ. So the some kind of a queue service you have for this messaging queue, and you have an API gateway if you want to integrate your API. So these are the serverless. You don't have to manage the application in your run, they will manage. So also you have for data store, you have a S3. So for the S3, you don't have to create any server. You can just directly use. These are inside the serverless. There are multiple service if I have like Neptune also, Aurora serverless, like RDS they are providing. So you can go in every doc which you want to L3, which is relevant to your like a use case, and there are multiple which are. So if I show you about the lambda, so let me go in. console page quickly. And the user logging with my credentials. Support. So I am going in this menu. So what are there? Here you can run multiple. Basically, what is Lambda is? Lambda is nothing. You can run any function. What the function is like? You can run any programming language code without installing that program in your server. So you don't have to. So the thing is, they will take your code and they will show it. And once you want to run it, they will run in their server according to your configuration. So here you what the other steps what they are saying. We just have to write this code and they will. So they are supporting multiple runtime .NET Core, Go, and Java, Node.js, Python, Ruby, and custom runtime. So with this way we can see, and if I show you here, also you have application. So how you can create it? We have to go it here. It's like you want to create it from scratch or you want to use some blueprint. Also, if you are deploying image for your function, like if you need any container image for your function, you can choose this also. So this how you have to give the image and email ID which is inside the ECR. So right now I am using the blueprint one, and I am using the uh, EC2. Let me just search. There is EC2. No issues. We can use the get object. Okay. They are using in blueprint. So if you are using blueprint, they will not give much confidence. If you are using from the scratch, they will give you a option. You can mention the function name. So and you can mention the runtime Python 3.9 they are supporting right now. Also, if you want to Python 8, Python 7. Also, if you want to create custom runtime bootstrap from Unix 1 or 2, you can use that. So currently we have, I think we have the credentials. Yeah. So mm, I'm using my lambda function. Here we are using Python 3.9. It's like create a new role. So if you create a new role, okay, if you have existing role, you can use it. So I'm just giving the new role. Advanced settings, like you can get the function URL. So it's like They will give you the endpoint of the function. Once someone hit on that endpoint, you can trigger that or something. And you can just create a function. So this is the paid service, but for some invoke is like for some execution, they will give you the free tier. It's like 1 million invoke they are giving as a free. It's like this. So if you want to after run your application, you want to send some data to some other thing, you can add the destination here. Destination might be anything like you want to stream invocation, you want asynchronize application, and so you can select the like this what is it? Services also like after running your lambda function, you want to send some mails. Uh, so we want to run some mails. So how we can run that? Uh, you can use the SNS for that. You can add create a SNS service. So this is not only this. This is not the solution architect kind of thing. So otherwise, I will show you how you can integrate the SNS with the QAs and Lambda. These are the things. So what we are doing, we are using some queues to add here trigger, and from the queues we are triggering to the Lambda. Then we are after that we are adding in the our SQL. So these are the code which we have. So if you want to run this code, you can just test it. So I'm just creating one event and I'm just passing like a first event. I'm just doing some new. Like, if you see, it's run, and how you can see it's run or not. So this how also you can see test. It's like first event created successfully. It is run, and if you go on the monitor logs, yeah. If you're clicking on this, you can see the response is hello from the Lambda because we are just running the hello world here, and you can do so like this. You can do multiple things like if someone runs through Lambda, so you can run your EC2 instance, and you can spin up if you are like someone uh, like you can say for example there was like some overview I can give some use case if you have some data on the S3 for example, so you can add one trigger here, uh, S3 kind of trigger. You can select the bucket and event type. So it's like someone putting the data on your S3. So you have to run your EC2 instance, and after running the EC2 instance, you can deploy your code there from the S3. You can write the Python code for that. It's not a big deal. I already showed you how you can write the Python code to spin up the S3. And sorry, so to spin up the EC2 instance. And once that code is done, you can deploy that and you can test it. It's your application is working fine or not. You can use the curl command and other ways to test your application. If it's working fine, you can give some. success mail to your developers, like your application is working fine via the SNS. And otherwise, you can select the different destination also. In the destination, you can add multiple, like on failures or on experience. So you can add multiple. See, you have the condition. So you can mention like if it's failed, so you can say to your developer like I it's looking your code is not correct. You have to improve it. So you can just put it, and after that you can just also here you can mention the different destination lambda function. You can mention of that lambda function will destroy your server. So it's like for testing also you can use the power of the serverless. So this how you can and for the initial phase it will give you a lot of stuff. So if I can show you AWS lambda free tier. So it's like this the service. So it will cost you around per GB for this company, and they will provide you in the future for lakhs GBs, and request is like 1 million requests per second. They are giving to like $0.2. So you can use it. It's if you are using for the initial, it will not charge you because it's too less. Also, you guys for testing, you guys are not creating the millions of requests. For testing, we need only some 50, 100 or 1,000 requests, max to max for testing it. Also, here you have other options. So if you want to create, export this something. Yeah, so it's like you have to code here. Like right now, your code is showing in the console because it's possible to show here, but sometimes it's not showing here. We can export the code, so it will download the code from the AWS. Also, if you want to publish the new version of the code, you can publish it. So you can give the version description here, and we can publish the another code here. So you can update your lambda function because sometimes we have a multiple component, we are multiple triggers, we have a multiple testing, we have the multiple layers. So it's like if you see, we don't have the layer, but we can mention the layer also in the server, uh, in the lambda function. So for this, we can use this. Also, right now we don't have function URL. So if you need the function URL, you can create as it's saying. You can also create the alias like nickname for this function, some kind of that. Also, you have a configuration, so here you can see the configuration. So it's like timeout. Right now, it's timeout 3 seconds. So it's like if my lambda function is not like executing in just 3 seconds, it will just go timeout. So you can change the timeout also. Here you have a multiple. I think you can create for the 3 minutes. Uh, yeah, for the 3 minutes you can create. So your lambda function, I think 3 or 15 minutes. You guys can check. So it's like if your lambda function is taking more than that time. So I think it's 3 minutes. Yeah. So it's if it's lambda function is taking more than 3 minutes to executing, it will time out and you can't run it. That function which is taking more than 3 minutes. So it's like if you need that, you can use other services. But for the Lambda function, can run those uh, functions which is where execution time is in less than 3 minutes. Also, you can you can set the environmental variables also. So it's like it will take the environmental variable, so you don't have to give all the variables from your code. You can just make it dynamic. Also, if you have the function which needs some network connectivity, you can also connect that function with one VPC where you have the application. And other is the concurrency. So it's like uh, how much you want to run in that thing. File system if you need, database proxies. So you can mention a lot of things here. You guys can go and check inside thing. Also, I think I showed you the code how you can use for the at EC2 servers. So you can use that code and you can test it. So this is a one kind of, if I say kind of project. So you have to use your serverless architecture. And you have to use this with server architecture. With the help of Linux, you can deploy it. So via the Linux, you can deploy your Lambda functions, and this Lambda functions on putting the data on there, so they can test your application. So this how you can implement. Uh, Also for the Fargate, you can search. Uh, so here you will see the Fargate. Fargate also you have to give like. So here you have to give your task definition. Task definition is like, see, if you are selecting on the target, so you just have to give your role name, VPC which you need, which operating system you want to run here, and other things. So it's like you are just giving the template to it, and they will run it for you. You don't have to manage by yourself. Also, if you are using other method to provision your container, so there is a pricing based resource like EC2 external, so it's like you can use external services. So this how you guys can use. Uh, I don't want like I don't have much things to discuss because this is not the proper AWS solution architect of kind of thing. So if you are in the course somewhere like with us or without us, uh, where we are teaching you about the AWS solution architect or AWS application developer kind of track. So there, these services are like we will teach in depth. This is the like which I can say multiple integration of the AWS and operating system configuration and multiple tools are there. So we can't talk much in depth here, but this how you guys can use. And till here, if you have any queries, you can put on our groups or you can directly ping me on my LinkedIn. If you are not able to find me on the LinkedIn, you can just type here in the Google Bobby Singh my name. Yeah, Bobby Singh DevOps. You can search it. You will find it. I'm here. So it's like you will see some photos and other stuff also. So these are my multiple articles which I published, and this is my GitHub. If you want to collab with my any projects, you guys can join with me. Other than this is my profile. You can come here, connect with me, and you can do multiple. So this is right now when uh, this training is LinkedIn is logging. This how you guys can use. And if you have any doubt, you can ping it. Yeah. So also you can ping on the chat if you need. Yeah, Akash. we'll slowly launch one course for the Kubernetes itself. We are planning for that, but we don't want to just give the overview of the Kubernetes because Kubernetes, if you are learning Kubernetes, it makes sense if you are using Kubernetes internal architecture and you have the info about that. So surely we will launch soon for the Kubernetes also, and we will update you. Stay connected with us in our social media handles and our groups. And also, if you need the any update from us, so it's good if you go on our Instagram. Yeah, so you can come here. So here we are updating multiple small talk and multiple things. So you can come here and you can see what are the updates which trainings are coming. You can stay connected with us here. You can follow it and you will get monthly updates. Also, we are having the Medium page as well. So if you go on physiotech.medium.com, here you will see multiple articles which we have, or there was multiple article in the, if you see here for the Kubernetes as well, we have, see, Kubernetes and Docker and OpenShift. There are multiple things which we have covered here. So you can just follow that also. And till there, you can practice this all. There are some things I thought that will cover in this, but it will not because I don't want to mess up with the things. So for that, we will go, connect to tomorrow and we will practice. So and we'll show you some more demo on this track also. Other than that, if you guys need any help from, you can just ping it. If you like this video, you can like it and share with your known ones. So, and if you want to support me, just subscribe our channel. Thanks, guys. We will connect tomorrow on the same time and learn some new things.